We got Auditor Charles Ross, our Yakima County Auditor Charles Ross, on the phone with us this morning. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning, Lance. Dave, thank you for letting me be on. Man, it's so hard to follow that awesome intro. Jeez.
Isn't it?
Oh, man.
Toes are
I just
tapping
want to
for you,
run out
Charles.
the door, you know?
People are dancing because Charles on the radio.
Oh, man. Thank you. And so, yeah, ballots are, you should have your ballot by now. If not by Monday, for sure by Monday. If not, contact our office next week. But I'm very glad to hear you guys have your ballots, and make sure you monitor social didistancing in your house, when you vote, right?
Yeah, geez.
I'll be in the closet filling out mine.
Yeah, really. 119,000 plus being sent out. What do you expect? What kind of return do you expect on this one?
Well, that is a very, very good question. I get nervous every time we talk about these things because I always look back at history, and these typical, kind of elections do not bring huge turnouts. Somewhere between the lowest we've seen is 27%, probably the highest would be 45% back in 2008. So wow. I'm guessing we'll see somewhere, hopefully 35, 36%. I hope I'm wrong. I always say that. I hope there's so much energy and people get their ballots into us that we see way more than that. Again, coming November, we get up into the 80% of total turnout, which is Novembers are always a huge election.
Yeah.
But boy, I hope people are motivated by what you guys were talking about earlier. These are times unlike I think anybody has seen in this country. So who knows?
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, okay, some things that people need to do, just some reminders. Sign your ballot, right? What are some mistakes people make?
Right. So, number one, when you get your ballot, open it up, and please, this sounds ridiculous, but read the directions. I mean, read the words on the ballot. There's some instructions on the top left-hand corner. We send a half fold-out that has instructions that are very simple. Number one, vote the ballot. Use a black ink pen. Fill in the square, please. 2, assemble your ballot back. Put it in that security sleeve. Stick it back in the envelope. Close or read the oath. Sign your ballot, massively important. Sign your ballot just like you sign everything else. Not your Fred Meyer Amazon signature, but however you normally sign, like when you sign for your driver's license, when you sign legal documents, that's what we compare to. And then get it back in the mail to us. Remember, it's free postage. There's no postage requirement. Any blue box will bring your ballot to my office. We have 4 actually 24-hour drop sites within Yakima County. You can drop them in there anytime. And then we have, town hall locations, city hall locations have drop box in them. However, I want to let voters know some of the city halls are closed.
Right. All right. And I got an email yesterday from somebody that said, I just got 2 ballots for my daughter in her name, 2 ballots. And I wrote back and I said, I don't know how that happens, but only one will be counted, right? So
That's correct.
If that happens,
right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, if there's any anomaly like that, voting is a contract with voters. Please, I would like for that person to call our office down here, let us double check. But normally, we don't hear that very often, Lance. So that we would like to investigate that.
Yeah,
if that truly there's the same exact name information on 2 different ballots, we want to know how that happened. A lot of times, Lance, I don't think this would be the case so early in this, but a lot of times people move somewhere else or they're staying somewhere else. They didn't get a ballot, so they order another one. We'll send it out. But like I've told you, each person's identity within the system gets 1 ballot allocated to it for counting purposes when it comes back to us. You may have received 10 ballots. 1 will count.
Right. Yeah, I can't. Yeah. That's the thing. I can't. Because there's only 1 open window for my ballot when it comes in.
Right. And if people have any question, the easiest thing to do, and I wish more people would do this, is just go to your Google when you're on your computer or your phone, type in the words "vote WA." And once you do that, you will come to an opening page that allows you to put your first, your last name, and your date of birth. If you did that right now, Lance, you would see your voting information, when your ballot went out, where you're registered to vote. It shows your voting history, and then you can also get to the voter guide through that. It's just a really wonderful site that the state has created, and we're trying to promote that like crazy. And you can get there many ways. You can go to the Yakima County Elections site. If you just Google Yakima County Elections, if you Google voter in Washington, Secretary of State's office will get you to that portal. And it's just like your personal voting history, voting service center. Everything you need is right there.
Beautiful. Okay. Fantastic. What a great resource. Give us that one once again. What was the website?
It's just Google Vote WA is the easiest way to get there.
Okay. And what about voters pamphlets? Now, I know that there's one online. Will we get a local voters pamphlet?
No, there is no printed pamphlets going out. They never have done them for this election. Next year, the law has changed. Voter guides will be going out for every election. But right now, here in Yakima, I inherited a very, very strong online presence. Our online voter guides are really quite well, I think.
Yeah, and they're online at your election site there. Yakima County Elections. I always say Google that too. That's the best way to find you guys
totally.
that too. Okay. What if? Is there a possibility that I can go up to Kittitas County on election day? Because I'm a registered voter here in Yakima County. Can I go up to Can I go to Kittitas? Can I go to King County? Can I just make this trip around the state that day and register in all those counties and vote in all those counties?
No. Not now. Not with a new unified system. That's why we allow people to register online clear up until the 18th is the last day you can do that online. And then after the 19th through the end of the election, you must be doing that in person. And when you're doing it in person, it's in real time, so the system knows you just registered. So then, if you just travel down from Kittitas to come down here and talk to Kathy Fisher, she runs you in the system, and she's going to say, I'm sorry, Lance, you logged a ballot yesterday in Kittitas, so you can't participate in this election. And also, we are extremely careful here in this county where we handle those ballots at the very end of the process, so that we're absolutely sure all the information has been gotten into the system.
Gotcha. Okay.
You just destroyed his weekend.
Yeah.
He was going to time himself to drive around and see how long it took to do all of that.
Registering those Trump votes.
Right.
Okay.
But again, Dave, like if either one of you had gone to that Vote WA site on your computer right there now, you should see a link on the left-hand side that says Voter Guide, Voting Centers, tells you where all the information is, how to online ballot statistics, your voter registration. You can update your address, which we deal with voters on this all year long, not just these elections, but every elections. People move. That is a fact of life. If you've moved out of the area where you were entitled to and you're looking at your ballot and it's wrong, you can jump on here, you can call us, and we can send you out the correct ballot so you're voting in the right races. I mean, this is a constant thing the Elections Department does with our voting population of 120-some thousand people.
Great site. I'm on it right now.
Are you really? Okay, good.
That's a great site, and all kinds of information and great stuff if you're a parent. You need some,
exactly.
and for future voters and stuff like this. So just a lot of, So just Google Vote WA and you'll find this.
Right.
It's from the Secretary of State. Voters
so Lance,
click.
What's your voting history? Click on your voting history and tell me the very first time you voted according to that site.
Man, voting history, dude. You can't be that good. I can't be that August.
Mine goes back to 3/1/97 in the system.
When you were in the military, Charles? Did you do the absentee stuff back then?
We did. I never did the FAP, the federal voting, where you do it in the installation. I was deployed on a carrier, and I actually got ballots in the mail because we send military ballots out a month ahead of now. So military ballots went out a month ago.
So you actually got to fill in a ballot, pop in the mail like you would if you were at home, right?
Yeah, because the aircraft carrier had mail service most of the time. I think most of them made it back. Sometimes it's very unfortunate that, if a person's deployed a ways and the military for military purposes, they don't have operations to get mail off the boat. But we send them, but we also get a lot of military ballots that come to us through the federal method, which is specific to military people only.
Gotcha. Thanks for your service again, by the way.
Oh, hey, thank you.
The carrier,
Great stuff.
They
Yeah,
finally got the carrier surface cleaned off just this past spring. I don't know what you guys were doing back then, Charles.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we were watching planes go off the pointy end.
Yeah, for sure.
2-9.
What do you got?
I got 2-1 of 98.
Oh, not bad,
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah, so-
I mean, I think that's about where the system starts. They went back that far. You
Yeah.
probably have a history in our records that goes further. But you see what I'm saying? I mean, you as a voter, if people know this, they can get in there and look at what's going on and see. And you know, we're constantly looking to try to perfect this, because when we have people where their ballot doesn't get here on time, which is probably the number one thing that makes a person's ballot not count, is it gets here too late. And so in closing, if you guys can help me between now and then, I'm really strongly encouraging voters to get their stuff into us soon, because we are dealing with COVID down here. We're going to run at about a half capacity for ballot counting and sorting and all that. But come November, it's going to be the same thing. And last November, we got swamped on Election Day. I mean, more than half of the ballots showed up on Election Day.
Right on. Okay.
Okay.
So vote now and get it in the mail. Drop it in a Dropbox. Good stuff.
Amen.
All right. Yakima Auditor Charles Ross, thanks for your time this morning. We appreciate it, man.
Thank you, guys.